Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob and welcome back to episode number 21 of the Houston Astros franchise here on MLB The Show 20. Today's first series will be a series at the Baltimore Orioles in Camden Yards, so let's jump right into it. They will be sending the lefty Ty Blach onto the mound. Astros got a little bit of a different lineup between lefties and righties now. Manager Johnny Cook's trying to get things done in order to increase his ball club, but you'll still see Michael Brantley at the top. He's got a 1-1 count and takes a slider perfect into right field, but not perfect enough to get past the outstretched glove of Trey Mancini. So we'll take a look at this Astros lineup. We see Brantley, now Reddick in the 2 spot, followed by Altuve, Alvarez, and Bregman's now in the 5 hole. Correa 6, Springer 7th, Gurriel 8th, and Maldonado 9th. So a little bit different for the Astros. So here is Josh Reddick. He gets a 1-1 count, gets about the same pitch that Brantley did, a slider up in the zone, but this time Reddick is able to get it on the ground for a single. That'll bring up Jose Altuve at the 1-0 count. He gets a sinker, too much of the plate, perfectly hit the left center, and it barely clears the wall in front of the 364 sign. That ball went 374. But more importantly, Jose Altuve has a 2-run bomb to start the game. 3 batters in, and the Astros already have 2 runs. Altuve's 8th home run of the year puts the Astros in front. That'll bring up Yordan Alvarez up next. 0-2 count to him. He misses on the changeup, strike out swinging. Now here comes Alex Bregman a little later in the lineup. 1-2 count, gets a sinker, tries to put it through the gap, but Hanser Alberto will not let him. He's thrown out at first. Astros will be sending out Jose Urquidy, who already has a 2-run cushion, but has had a phenomenal season so far. 2.21 ERA. Strikeouts are low at 42, but Jose Urquidy has been getting the job done. He starts his day against Austin Hayes. Doesn't get the job done versus him, however, as Hayes lines it into right field to lead off with a single. Up next for the Orioles is going to be Hanser Alberto. He lines us straight into left field, but caught on a line by Brantley, so 1 out. As we take a look at the Orioles lineup, we just saw Austin Hayes, Hanser Alberto, then right fielder Trey Mancini, left fielder Renato Nunez, DH Anthony Santlander, second base Pat Valika, catcher Adley Rutschman, followed by Chris Davis at first, and Rio Ruiz at the 9 in third base. Here comes Trey Mancini. He's going to ground 1, 4, 6, 3 double play, easy tailor made for the Astros. So let's jump a little bit into the top of the third now. Michael Brantley back up at the plate. First pitch to Brantley from Blach. He's going to get a high changeup, and this time he's going to line it into center field. So Brantley's able to get on first to lead off the inning. Now we're going to see Reddick up next. Brantley, though, is taking off on a 1-1 count, and he's going to be safe as Adley cannot block that one cleanly in front of the plate. So a runner on second with no outs. Reddick cannot advance him as he's going to pop into foul territory for an out, which means Jose Altuve will be up next. 2-2 count to him. He's going to drop this one up the middle, but Alberto is able to make the play. But Brantley is on third base, and here comes Yordan Alvarez. 2-2 count to him. He gets a perfect sinker into right field for a base hit, so Alvarez brings home the 3rd run of the game. Bregman's trying to keep the inning going. 3-2 count, gets a nice solid changeup, gets plenty of lift to it. That ball's back, but the left fielder is able to make the play on the track. Bottom 3 now. Here comes Adley Rutschman, who is 10th in the AL in catcher all-star voting. 2-0 count to him. He dribbles this one to first base for Gurriel, and he's able to make the play. Next batter, Chris Davis. 1-0 count to Chris Davis, and he gets a hold of a fastball down in the zone, golf swinging it, but putting it over the wall nonetheless. That ball is gone, and that is actually Chris Davis's 300th home run of his career, his 5th home run of the season, and the Orioles dugout clears the bench like he just hit a walk-off home run. But Chris Davis will celebrate his 300th career home run. Good for him getting that milestone. But up next for the Orioles is Rio Ruiz. Full count to him, and he's going to ground it straight into the teeth of the shift. Jose Altuve will throw him out at first base for the 2nd out. That's going to send us back to the top of the lineup with Austin Hayes, and he gets a pitch, and he drives this one into the gap in left center. That ball's got some carry, but just off the base of the wall. Hayes in the second base, though, with an easy double, so now 2 outs for Hanser Alberto. 1-0, and he's going to dribble this one to Gurriel, who cleanly fields it, flips it to Urquidy covering, and that's the end of the 3rd inning. We're going to jump a little farther into the game now. Wade LeBlanc coming in for the Orioles. He's had a solid season. Ty Blach's pitch count was just getting way up there, as we are going to jump into the top of the 6th. Jose Altuve leading us off. He's 1 for 2 with that 2-run homer we saw earlier. Wade LeBlanc's first batter is going to get him looking on a curve. What a pitch by Wade LeBlanc. Next up, Yordan Alvarez also looking on a changeup, perfectly located, and Wade LeBlanc is rolling. Next up, Bregman, he's 3-0 count, but he's going to get the green light. Fortunately, nothing able to do it, and he pops into center. So a little bit of a pitcher's duel here in Baltimore, so we're going to jump in the bottom of the 6th to see if the Orioles can also get the bats going, as it's only a 3-1 game, couple of hits for both sides. Both pitchers doing really well, as there's Urquidy getting him to ground back to him on an 0-2 count to start the inning off. Next up, Austin Hayes, 1-2 count. Austin Hayes, he's swinging and missing on a slider, cutting out of the zone. That's Urquidy's second strikeout of the game. Alberto up next, 2-0 count to him. He pops this one into right field perfectly for Reddick. So Jose Urquidy turning in another phenomenal performance. Ramon Urias comes in at third base thanks to a pinch runner earlier in the game. And Yordan Alvarez is going to start off the top of the 9th inning. So time is running out for the Orioles. 1-2 count to Alvarez. He's going to take a cutter and put this one into the field in center field to get on base with the lead-off hit. That's going to turn us back to Bregman. 2 count to him. He's going to walk. So Wade LeBlanc, who's still on the mound, getting into a little bit of trouble. And just when I say that, Wade LeBlanc gets taken out of the game. Here comes Sean Armstrong. 24 games so far this year. 6.64 ERA. So they're turning to a righty who's kind of struggling this year. We'll see how that goes for them. His first batter is Correa, who gets a 1-0 count and puts this one into right field. Popped up, but it looks like he's going to have enough time to get underneath that one. But the runner will easily tag to third base. Next up, Springer, 2-0 count, gets a fastball, puts it into right field. Once more, right fielder able to get underneath it, but once more, the runner will score. So now 4-1 for the Astros, just trying to get some more insurance runs. Gurriel, can he get some more insurance runs? No, he cannot. He lines this one to center field for the out. So we're going to go to the bottom of the 9th, which you know what that means. Roberto Osuna is going to come on and try to get the close. 3-run cushion for him. He's been pretty solid after a little bit of a struggle. His first batter, he gets him to pop up deep to center field, but Springer has enough trap to the deepest part of the park, to get that out. Renato Nunez sit down, striking out on the cutter. Anthony Santlander gets a walk on the cutter high, so they do get a base runner. And now here comes Pat Valike on a 3-1 count, but it's not gonna matter. Pops it up into right field. Reddick able to make the catch, and the Astros win this one 4-1. So Astros trying to stay hot after a little 2-game sweep of the Mets. Get it done here in Baltimore. Here's our line score. Only 9 hits combined. 3 hits for the Orioles. Urquidy gets the win, Block gets the loss, and Osuna gets the save. Jose also gets player of the game, so good for him pitching another gem. Still not getting the All-Star voting he deserves, but nonetheless, he is an All-Star in our books. Game 2, we actually dropped to the Orioles 2-1, and this time we can't hit, only getting 4 hits. Cobb had a phenomenal pitching performance for the Orioles, 1 earned run in 7 innings, and Hanser Alberto for them went 1 for 3 with an RBI. But in Game 3, before we actually get there, we're going to send down Dustin Garneau because we got Garrett Stubbs back off the IL, and we win Game 3 8-3 versus the Orioles to go to 32-33. Correa went 1 for 3 with a home run for us, and Springer also went 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs. So lots of contribution from the middle of our order. In the next series, we have a 3-game series at home against the Texas Rangers, a very intense division matchup as we are separated by a half game apiece for the 3rd spot in the Central. 2 bitter rivals going at it here at Minute Maid Park. Let's take a look at the lineups. Rangers got Elvis Andrus, Danny Santana, followed by Shin-Soo Choo, then the very powerful right fielder Joey Gallo, Calhoun, Guzman, Todd Frazier, Robinson Chirinos, the ex-Astro, and then Rougned Odor. Astros have a little bit of a different lineup. It goes Altuve, Brantley, Alvarez, Correa at 4, followed by Springer, Bregman in 6, Gurriel, Reddick, and Maldonado. We're going to send the reigning AL Cy Young winner on the mound, Justin Verlander, who actually leads the American League with a 2.05 ERA so far in the season. And he's going to start off his day against Elvis Andrus, who has a full count. And he's actually going to lace this one up the middle. So Elvis Andrus getting on base to start off the game. That's going to bring up Danny Santana. First pitch swing of Danny is, and he's popping up to shallow left, enough for Carlos Correa to get underneath this one for the first out. So that's going to bring up Shin Soo Choo, the DH, and he's actually going to walk. So now runners on first and second, 1 out for the powerful Joey Gallo. And he's going to take a strike looking up in the zone. Joey Gallo struggling this year. And here comes Willie Calhoun, pops this one deep to left field. That ball has some carry, but it's going to bang off the wall. Willie Calhoun, though, is going to drive in a run. So now we have runners on second and third, 2 outs for Ronald Guzman. He's going to look at a phenomenal 12-6 curve. Sit down, Ronald Guzman. On the mound for the Rangers will be Lance Lynn, the former All-Star with a 3.83 ERA this year, 4-3 through 13 starts. He's been pretty solid so far for the Rangers. Now here comes Altuve in the leadoff spot for today. He's going to try to bunt his way on, but it's popped straight up to the third baseman, Frazier. Next up, Brantley, who usually leads off, is going to pound this one to the shortstop. Good knockdown by Andrews, but he's not going to be able to throw him out at first base. Now here comes Alvarez. He gets a fastball he could do something with, but he just pops it up into center field. Danny Santana has enough range to get underneath that one for 2 outs. Carlos Correa up next, 1-2. He gets jammed, pops it up into right field. Joey Gallo, though, is unable to get to it, but he's going to throw this one all the way to third base and absolutely snipes Brantley at third base. Brantley is beside himself. What a throw by Gallo. Now we're going to go bottom of the third. We have Martin Maldonado leading off, and yes, he is 0 for 14 in his last 4 games. Yikes. 2-2 count to Maldonado. He gets a fastball. He lifts this one into left center. Will he be able to get a hit? No, he cannot get a hit. So 0 for 15 for Maldonado. We hope he could change that around. Here's Altuve trying to bunt his way back on board. This time he will throw it down, but Frazier pulls off the bag. They're going to roll that a base hit, however. Brantley lining it right up the middle, just like he did last time. Hit machine Brantley. So now runners on first and second here with 1 out for Yordan Alvarez. He gets a fastball out of the zone, but poaches this one into right field. They're going to send him home. Gallo, will he make the throw? No, it's actually caught off. So we have a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the third. Correa with another chance to do some damage, but he's going to droop this one down the first base line. Lynn's able to make the play. So now runners on second and third, 2 outs for George Springer. He gets a pitch in the zone that he's able to lace, but to left field. So now we're going to go bottom 5 here with Jose Altuve leading us off once more. You see he's 1 for 2 today with a 2-1 count to him. And he's going to swing at this one this time, but he's going to pop it up to the second baseman Odor for the first outs. Michael Brantley up next. He has a full count, so he's going to do what he does best, and he's just going to lace this one up the middle for another base hit. Michael Brantley on first now with 1 out for Yordan Alvarez. 2-2 count to him, and he is fooled on that curveball. Sit down, son. Next up, Correa, 2-1 count to him. He also poaches this one just up the middle. So now runners on first and second with 2 outs for the center fielder, George Springer. Full count to Springer. He gets a cutter that catches way too much of the plate. That is a no-doubter. That ball is gone off the wall in left field. His 16th home run of the season. And the Astros bust this game wide open, 386 feet. Choo-choo goes the choo-choo train as it's now a 4-1 lead here in Houston. The hometown loving it. The Rangers are beside themselves at the moment. So, nonetheless, here comes Alex Bregman. This inning's not over yet. 0-2 count. Actually, it is over. He's going to swing and miss on the fastball up in the zone. Thought he could do something with it. We're going to go top 7 now. Robinson Chirinos coming up to the plate. The former Astro would like to get a hit and not strike out for the 3rd time. Full count to him. He's actually going to do just that and strike out for the 3rd time. So that's the hat trick for Robinson Chirinos. Verlander has been dealing in this game. Up next, Rude Netador, full call to him, and he's going to take a strike that he thought he walked on. You wish, buddy. And that's Verlander's 12th strikeout of the game. Here comes Andrews, the 2-0 count to him. He pops this one down the line at third base into left field for a base hit. So Rangers trying to do a little bit of a 2-out rally, and Verlander's going to be pulled after that hit. Johnny Cook giving him the clap, though. But here comes Brad Peacock, our go-to guy here in the middle innings. 4.08 ERA through 35 1/3 innings pitched. Struggles against right-handed bats, so we'll see if that plays a part. But here comes Danny Santana, left-hander, and this time it's not going to matter. He puts this right in the gap. That ball hits off the wall fast. Thankfully it does, as we have runners on second and third here now with 2 outs. Here comes Shin Soo Choo. He grounds this one. It's going to get through the infield. That's going to score a run. They're going to send the next runner, Reddick, with a throw at the plate and absolutely guns him down. Reddick throwing him out. Now the Rangers are stuck beside themselves on the base paths. Rangers now, they turn to Brian Flynn, 5.22 ERA so far. He's going to start off the bottom of the 7th against Michael Brantley, who is 3 for 3 with 3 singles so far in this game. Can he go 4 for 4? 0-2 count to him. No, he's going to pop this one up to right field, right to Joey Gallo for the first out in the bottom of the 7th. Yordan Alvarez up next, 1-1 count to him. He gets the slider kind of up in the zone, and you know what he's going to do with those kind of pitches. He's going to put him over the wall in right field. That ball is gone. Solo shot for Alvarez. And the run that the Rangers just got back, they just lost it thanks to that 17th bomb on the season for Alvarez. 355 feet, and the reigning 2019 AL Rookie of the Year is trying to add on to his resume here in Houston. Now we got 1 out for Correa, who's up next, and he's not going to end the inning just yet. He puts this one over Odor into center field for a base hit. So now runner on first with 1 out. That's going to bring up George Springer. We saw what he did a second ago, but he's going to do the absolute worst thing you can do in this situation, hit into a 6-4-3 double play. We're going to go top 8 now. Rangers running out of options and chances. We're going to turn it to Ryan Presley here to get the hold in the 8th inning. Haven't seen too much of him so far this season. 2-2 count to Gallo. He chops this one to the first baseline. Good glove, though, by Gurriel to record the first out by himself. Here comes Willie Calhoun, who's 3 for 3 on the day. We're just going to walk him. Hopefully not come back to bite us, but here comes Ronald Guzman, and it's not going to come back to bite us. 3-6-1. Presley covering first base, and that's going to get us through the 8th. So now we're back to the 9th inning, and we're back to Roberto Osuna going for that 15th save. Todd Frazier, full count, swinging and misses on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Gosh, try to catch up to that one. Robinson Chirinos, same fate, striking out on the slurve, cutting away from him. So 2 outs, last chance for Rougned Odor, who is 0 for 3 so far on the day. 2-2 count to Odor, and he's swinging and missing on the cutter inside. So Osuna just flamethrowed and fanned all 3 batters. That's 3 strikeouts. Astros get the win 5-2 here. Verlander pitched awesome, got the win. Lance Lynn, unfortunately, got the loss, and Osuna got his 15th save of the season. Player of the game is going to go to Verlander despite Springer's 3-run bomb thanks to his 12 strikeout day. Lance Lynn gave up 10 hits in his outing, got the loss, and Verlander got the win to move to 7-4. Game 2, we actually dropped 5-3 here to the Rangers, so that's going to not help our chances. Willie Calhoun continued his hot streak. He went 2 for 5 with a bomb. Elvis Andrus 3 for 5, while Carlos Correa had a home run for us in the meantime. And we're actually going to drop this series as we lose Game 3 6-4, unfortunately. Anderson Tejeda, who we highlighted actually in the Down on the Farm episode, went 4 for 5 with a double. So don't skip those Down on the Farm episodes. You'll get a little bit of taste in those. We actually got a trade here in the majors. The Blue Jays and the Padres making a deal. The Padres get shortstop Orlevis Martinez, a very good prospect, and they trade starting pitcher Dinelson Lamet to the Blue Jays. Very interesting trade because both teams aren't very good, so it'd be interesting to see why the Blue Jays gave up a shortstop who could be their future shortstop. Look at that, 62 overall, A potential at 18. Maybe the Blue Jays are banking on Lamet being a solid pitcher because their ace is currently hurt. Next episode, we're going to have 2 series home against the Chicago White Sox for the first time. Then we're going to go to Safeco Field and play the Mariners. White Sox game, we're actually going to see Rogelio Armenteros on the mound. Haven't seen much of him this season. Excited to see what he does. But that's all I have for this one for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. That always helps me out, especially if you want more Houston Astros content, because I will bring it to you. This is Mr. Rob, and I'm saying class is dismissed.